Hi. Hiya. How you all doing? We are doing number 7 of SCP today. I hope you are enjoying the ride, because I am. This ride is endless until I reach, the last number of SCPs, which is going to take me forever, but it is for now it's an endless ride, an endless joyride, you would say. So, today we're reading Transmigratory Teapot. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, write something in the comments, anything. Could be talk about this SCP, could be what you think about this SCP, could be how your day goes. Honestly, tell me how your day is going. You know what, do that. And then click the subscribe button right afterwards. Ooh, there's a lot. Oh god, there's a lot. Alright, another save. This is the 4th save, I believe. On 2000-1 is the anomalous object formerly designated SCP-1416 was discovered no longer to be in the possession of the Foundation. You guys fucking lost it! The following special containment procedures therefore pertain only to any remaining samples of -2 produced during testing of -1 between 2000 and 2000. Preparation of -2 should be kept in clearly labeled airtight containers within a standard refrigerated storage unit in Safe Wing C at Sector 25 due to the severely limited remaining supply of -2 and unresolved security implications arising from prior experimentation. Any further test proposals should be submitted in writing to sector management. SCP-1416 currently comprises 14 samples of a refrigerated liquid substance designated -2 produced using -1. So I assume I assume -1 is a teapot, which is no longer in containment, so the teapot is now fucking gone. Chemically, each sample consists of pure distilled water, trace minerals from -1, and biological matter from a human tissue sample. Delicious. That's the type of tea I like. A full inventory of extant samples can be found below. See Addendum 1. Yo, do you want some of your human tissue sample tea? Do you even have to ask? When ingested by a higher primate, samples of -2 induce 1 to 3 seconds of highly erratic brain activity, registering on EEG as pronounced gamma rhythms. When questioned, human test subjects almost without exception claim to have experienced during this period the entire lifespan of the individuals whose tissue was used to prepare the -2 sample, which may be many decades of subjective time. Wow, so you just gain like somebody's full-on life experiences. But I wonder, do you get influenced by it? Like, does your personality change? Like, do you become part of them? Kind of like, how in Attack on Titan, like when somebody eats somebody and then their personality gets like influenced slowly by the person that they eaten. The memories are getting combined and all that stuff, and emotions and all that stuff. So I'm just saying. Is it like that? Both have to do with ingesting. Test subjects are further able to relay considerable information previously unknown to them regarding the donor individual. However, subjects state that they had no memory of their real identity during their experience. Access archive description. SCP-1416 is a ceramic vessel apparently designed for the preparation of tea, in the shape of a human head with quappa facial markings. A thermoluminescence dating indicates SCP-1416 to have been manufactured in the mid-16th century. Oh, that's an old one. SCP-1416 anomalous effects become apparent only when a sample of human flesh of 70 mg or greater is placed in the vessel prior to boiling water within it. The resulting liquid, when ingested by higher primates, induces highly erratic brain activity and rapid memory formation, which is subjectively perceived as experiencing the entire lifespan of an individual whose flesh was used to prepare the liquid. Well, addendum 1. Tell us how this works. I'm about to have to sneeze, I think. I did. So here we have number, so -2-1. Date created unknown. Index finger, male Caucasian 30 to 40. Notes, tissue found -1 prior to containment, likely not sampled under experimental sound conditions. -2-2, 2000. Oh, it's like, yeah, it's a date. For some reason it got squashed. Distal phalanx, male, black African 26. Donor has history of mental health problems. Received a discretionary life sentence for aggravated rape. Oh. D-class subjects administered this preparation have been known to subsequently exhibit typical behavior consistent with the donor's offender's class. Yeah, so okay, so they do slowly become. They do become the person as well. Yeah, that's fucked. Because like, imagine, I know the D-class are, none of them are criminals, but again, I always say not all of them are hardcore criminals. Like, just say there's one that just happens to be an arsonist, and some of the D-class we found out over the time are not even criminals to begin with. They're just people from the foundation that fucked up a little bit. But yeah, as I'm saying, like, sorry. Imagine you're just somebody who became a D-class due to like just doing some like arsonist, like non-fatal injuries, but still an arsonist of maybe like wildlife and protected parks. Still a dickhead, but not like the worst person on earth. But then they drink that tea, and then they have the tendency to like, oh, now I also want to rape somebody. And you're like, what? Why would you give him that drink? -2-3. 2000. Intermediate phalanx, male, black African. Well, I guess that's like the same person, so we can skip that. -2-5. 2000. Intermediate phalanx, male, white, British, 55. Subject convicted in 1980 of multiple murders. Testing of -2 samples from the subject indicated this is not to be the case, and now we can skip the next one. -2-7. 2000. 23 milligram biopsy, female, Pakistani, 23. Subject has been administered -2 to prior to biopsy sample. Preparation of this nature determined effective in capturing nested experiences, but also frequently induces disorientation and identity confusion. -2-8. 23 milligram biopsy, male. And orangutan 5, you get other samples of this nature shown ineffective in inducing gamma activity. So it has to it has to be human. -2-9, I'm gonna skip all the dates. 25 milligram biopsy, male, white, British, 28, and 25 milligram biopsy, male, Pakistan, 33. Other blended samples of this nature produce a confusion and truncated experience, but may still be of limited value. -2-10, 17 milligram biopsy, male, white, British, NA, stillbirth, sample effective donor tissue from hospital Surrey. Notably, samples of this nature do not induce an objectively shorter period of gamma activity in samples where a much longer period of time is experienced. -2-11, proximal phalanx, male, Caucasian, 50 to 60. Donor tissue from preserved corpse circa 4000 BCE. Other samples of this nature have proven effective. -2-12, finger, male, white, and black Caribbean, 36. Subject was a suspected collaborator with group of interest, martial color and dog. 2 other surplus samples were created from this subject, but were since destroyed. Kind of a good way to like find out who a person truly is, but in the same time, you convert another person away from their original personality. So it's not always good. But it's like it's the fastest way. It's like a lie detector basically. You just take a D class who you're gonna terminate anyway, make them drink a tea with the DNA from a person that you have suspicion about, and then that person might tell you if who they worked for and all that stuff, and you're like, okay, well, now we know. Now we know that this person truly is part of this company that we are fighting against. -2-13, 25 milligram biopsy, female, Chinese, 27, biopsy donated by junior researcher Chen. See Dr. Barker's statement below. 2-2-14, 17 milligram biopsy, classified by order of. Okay, incident report -1 on 2000. An experimental procedure devised by junior researcher Linda Chen to better verify the retention and accuracy of memories encoded via ingesting. -2 was approved by Dr. Barker. This procedure involved my nose to be itchy. The production of several preparations of -2 from a punch biopsy donated by junior researcher Chen, which were then to be administered to D-class subjects. A risk assessment was produced for the experiment, including the possibility of test subjects acquiring sensitive information about the facility or other special containment procedures. Junior researcher Chen's lack of prior involvement with Euclid and Keter class or MemeTic object was considered to play a prominent role in the approval of the test proposal. D3127, formerly an inmate of HMP Belmarsh, was administered a sample of -2 produced using junior researcher's Chen biopsy and exhibited a highly atypical response to the substance. The subject claimed that he was in fact junior researcher Chen and that he strongly believed the individual who had previously administered the sample to now be D3127. He elaborated his theory that SB1416 transfers consciousness between the donors and the subject, contrary to existing theories as to the object's method of operation. Oh, that would be interesting if that was actually a little twist, like, oh, actually no, it does not give you the memory, it swaps the soul, kind of. But that sounds, that also sounds like something a D-class would say to, like, not get in trouble. You know what I mean? That sounds... It would be an interesting theory if that was the case, but it does sound like something like a D-class who just gained the memory of a doctor to be like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm the real one. That one is a D-class now. The thing is, it swaps out soul. It swaps out, you know, the soul of the person. Yeah, totally. It's like the management directed that despite the high possibility of D3127 being either delusional or deliberately attempting to mislead Foundation staff, there was no alternative but to subject both D3127 and junior researcher Chen to procedure 552 Hepburn to eliminate the possibility that a transfer of consciousness had taken place. Ultimately, it was concluded that such a transfer had not taken place due to the signs of confabulation and evasion present in D3127 on the high-level interrogation that were not present in junior researcher Chen under the same levels of duress. Yeah, good thing that you did that. You put them in 2 different rooms, you interrogate them and see what happens, and easy money. Easy money. After the conclusion of the procedure, junior researcher Chen was permitted 6 months and paid leave. On her return, sector medical staff declined to certify her ready to resume work, and she has since opted to discontinue work with the Foundation. I'll take full responsibility for the failure to foresee an attempt by a D-class subject to manipulate facility security in this fashion, and for the subsequent psychiatric issues suffered by junior researcher Chen following psychoepistemological interrogation as part of procedure 552 Hepburn. I am unfortunately unable to comment on any authorized or unauthorized use of -1 which may have taken place immediately following incident -1 and must again refer security staff investigating the disappearance of the object to the chain of command, Dr. Barker. Addendum 2. A standard inventory of safe wing C item on 2000 by junior researcher Nielsen determined that the containment locker logged as containing -1 was in fact empty. An investigation and review of CCTV and access logs was carried out. However, exceptional circumstances mean that much of this data is classified at a level beyond normal sector security. Attempts have since been made to reconstruct the last point at which the object has been seen by any given staff member, including the collection of affidavits as to the lives subjectively experienced through the testing of -2. I highlighted that was the one guy that you found out that was a Marshall Collin dog member, right? Access -1 staff access timeline. Oh Jesus! Green shading. Confirmed the Foundation possession via CCTV. Note access denotes access to any SCP component, not SCP-1. Other shaded areas are attested to by affidavit due to use of SCP-2. Sector administration has advised that these affidavits are not to be considered valid following incident 1, despite finding of reports 552 Hepburn. Okay, so these are the people. Well, this hurts my brain. Nina Chen, formerly a junior researcher at Sector 25, opted to provide the following statement in lieu of a sworn affidavit when contacted. I want this on the record. If I had done it, I would have taken a hammer and smashed it into 1,000 pieces right in front of everyone. That's the only way you can be sure. I have a lot of time to think about this. As long as it exists, you can't be sure who you are. You might be you, or you might be someone else experiencing your life in the future. And you start wondering, does it even matter which? The only thing you can know for sure is that if you see someone die, you can't be them. I saw D3127's body after they pulled it out of the room. That's why the only way I know I'm not him, drinking on a cup of me, or worse, someone drinking a cup of him, experiencing him drinking a cup of me. Do you get it? Until you see the teapot dead, you don't know anything. Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of like internal questioning going to happen. Like, there's probably some existential crisis is happening as well, because or existential like breakdowns. Because like, how are you sure you're still you? How are you sure you're not somebody else thinking that you are you? But you're actually the person who died. Ow, it hurts. But yeah, no, that's a very fair point from her to say that, because at the end, this SCP has a lot of power that is very worrisome to handle.